Well, in the last session we have designed fruits and vegetables application. It contains two buttons, fruits and vegetables. If you click on fruits, it will go to next page where it displays the list of fruits. Okay, and if you come back and if you click on vegetables, it will go to one more page called as vegetable page, and it displays the different types of vegetables. Okay, so as I explained in the previous session, here the problem is we are creating a different page for fruits and a different page for vegetables. You can see here, this is the fruits page and this is the vegetable page. Okay, so as I told, if you are creating multiple pages, there is a problem in Android application. Okay, for that we have to create only one page for both these two actions. Okay, suppose if you want to display fruits, and vegetables in a single page, it means when I click on this fruits, it has to go to one page. Your second page, it has to display the fruits, and you can come back. If you click on the vegetables, again it has to go to the same page, your second page, but it has to display the vegetables. But here you are navigating to two different pages. So now let us try how to create a single page for both the actions, means to display both fruits and vegetables, and after that I will explain why we have to go with this concept. Okay, so for that you have to know what is activity lifecycle, so then you will understand why we have to minimize the pages in Android application. So first let us complete this concept, like implementing both your or showing both fruits and vegetables in only one page. Okay, so I will edit your fruit page. Open your fruit page, fruits page here. Okay, here you are displaying the fruits. These are the fruits. As I told, we have to display both fruits and vegetables in the same page, but in different context. It means when user clicks on the fruits page, it has to come to this particular page and it has to display the fruits, and when user clicks on the vegetables, it has to come to the same page but it has to display the vegetables. Okay, so for that I will change this page to both fruits and vegetables so that you won't get confused here. So how to change the page name or any file name? Look at here. The steps are: select the file, right click, go to refactor option, and select rename. Okay, so here you can change the name. I'll give it as fruits and vegetables. It is your wish, you can give any name. Fruits and vegetables page. So click on finish. So check it out, we have changed the file name here, but wherever you have this name, so it will change in all the places. Okay, you can check it out here also. So it has changed the context also. So like this you can change the file name. Okay, so now as we have to display both fruits and vegetables in the same page, so this is the content for your fruits, so I will copy the content for the vegetables. It is inside the vegetable page, so copy this. So go to your fruits and vegetables, I'll paste it here. Okay, you have both fruits and vegetables now, but here you have only one list view. Okay, to the same list view you have to set fruits and vegetables based on the user selection. Okay, now go to the home page Here you have two buttons. One is button fruits and the second one is button vegetables. You can check it out. As of now, when user clicks on the button fruits, okay, here the name is changed, but previously it was navigating to fruits page, and whenever user clicks on the vegetable button, it used to navigate to vegetable page. Okay, now instead of that, what we have to do is, whenever user clicks on fruits or vegetables, it has to navigate to the same page, that is your fruits and vegetable page. Okay, I'll copy and I'll change it here. So it has to navigate to same page. But how your fruits and vegetable page will understand on which button user has clicked, because these two buttons are present inside the home page. So you have to pass the information from home page to fruits and vegetable page, saying that user has clicked on fruits or vegetables. Okay, so how to pass the information from one page to another page? I have already explained this concept using the intent variable. So use the intent variable. This is your fruits button. So here you can send the information like user has clicked on fruits. Okay, so I dot put extra. So you have to give the key. Here I'll give the key as option. What option user has selected. Okay, so if he has clicked on fruits, here you have to send the option as fruits. Okay, end the statement. Now in the same way, you can change it in your button vegetable. So go here, paste it. Here the option is vegetables. Okay, so save the changes here. Now go to your fruits and vegetables page. So here you have to collect that information. Before displaying the content on the list view, you just collect that information. So how to collect the information from previous activity? This also I have explained previously. So using the bundle. So take bundle variable b is equal to, so how to get the information? You are getting the information through the intent. So first you have to get the intent. Get intent dot, look here, you are sending the data as a extra data. So just get the extras. Get intent first, then get extras. Okay, end the statement. Now all the data which has been sent from your previous activity will be present inside the B. So how to extract the data from B? I will take string here, string something like flag. I will name it as flag. You can give any name. Flag is equal to b dot get string. What is the key you are passing? Check it out. The key is option. Remember, this should be same. If not, it will give the error. So copy it here. Now here the flag contains whether user has clicked on fruits or vegetables. Okay, so based on this you can set the content to your adapter. If not, you can display the content on your list view. Okay, so this is the list view which we have initialized in the previous session. Now here is the adapter. Adapter is used to create the items for list view. Look at here, it is using 3 parameters: the context where you want to display the list view, then the layout which you have to use for creation of the list item, then you have the values which you want to display it on the list view. As of now we are displaying only fruits, but now we have to display both fruits and vegetables. So for that, based on your flag whether user clicked on fruits or vegetables, you have to create the adapter here. Okay, so I'll put the condition here: if your flag is equal to, how to compare the strings, using equals flag dot equals, don't use this sign, I'll show that, don't use equals, it will show the error, sorry, don't show the error, but this operator always compares the location of the string, not exactly the content which is present inside the string. So that you can see in our Java course. You can visit our Java course to learn more about string and its features. Okay, so as of now, remember, if you want to compare the strings, you have to use dot equals. You have to use the equal method. So equals, if it is equals to, check it out in your home page, if it is equals to fruits, copy this, it means user has clicked on the fruits button. Else, user has clicked on vegetable button. Okay, now if he has clicked on fruits button, we have to display the fruits on the list view. So for that you have to follow these steps. Okay, so this will display the fruits. Now if not, he has clicked on the vegetables, then what you have to do? How to display the vegetables in the list view? Same steps, but just you have to change the content here. Instead of sending the fruits, you have to send this vegetables. Send these vegetables. Okay, but here we are repeating the same line twice. So instead of this, what we can do? We can write only one line. How to do that? I will remove this and I will write outside this loop, but it will show the error because your adapter is a local variable for this block and for this block. So how to do this then? You just declare this outside that loop. Okay, I will declare it here and then I will remove this. It is just nothing but how you are declaring your components. Look at here, you have declared the list view here, and after that you are initializing it inside the onCreate method. In the same way, I am declaring the adapter variable here, then I am initializing it in different places. Okay, if not, you can keep this adapter outside your onCreate method also. You can place it in the below your list view. Okay, so this is how you can display both fruits and vegetables based on different context. Okay, now run this application. Let us check whether it is working or not. Okay, check the code once again. In the home page, we are navigating to fruits and vegetables and we are passing the fruits option, and in your button vegetable you are navigating to fruits and vegetables and you are passing vegetables here. Okay, so now let us run the application. Well, here is your application. So click on fruits. Good, you are getting the exception. So check what is the exception here. So it is saying unable to find explicit activity called as your fruits and vegetables. So what is the problem here? You can look into your Android manifest file. See here, you don't have any page called as fruits and vegetables page. Okay, you have two pages or you have three pages like fruits page, vegetable page, so and description page, but here the name has not been changed. So change the name here, copy your page name, go to the manifest file, instead of fruits page make it as fruits and vegetables. Save it. And also one more thing, we don't need this vegetable page because we are not using that as of now. So we have added that vegetable page features in the same your fruits and vegetable page. So I will remove this page here also, delete it. Okay, and also you don't need this XML file for your vegetable page. Okay, so now run the application. So click on fruits button. Well, it is navigating to your fruits page. Go back, you can see here fruits and vegetables. Click on vegetable page. It is navigating to your page 2 and it is displaying the vegetables here. Okay, so this is how you can create a page to display both your vegetables and fruits based on the context or based on the selection of the user. Okay, so what we did here is, instead of displaying two pages, we have created only one page where we can display both your fruits and vegetables. Well, as I told, why we have to do this? Okay, so for that question I will show the answer. So before that I will explain what is activity and what is activity life cycle. Okay, so after that you will understand why we did this. So let us start with what is activity. Okay, so till now in almost all the applications we have used activity, and I used to say Android application consists of different pages, and the page is called as activity in technical terms, and activity consists of two files, XML file and Java file. In UI you can design using the XML file, and you have to give the action to that UI components inside the Java file. Okay, so what exactly this activity or page means, okay, that I will explain now. So before that, okay, so I'll start what is activity. Well, let us start with activity. What is activity? Okay, basically activity is a component of Android application. If not, you can say it as a building block of Android application. Okay, so I will say component of Android application. Okay, now okay, it is component, but what it will do? Now if you see the application, as I said, this particular thing, whatever it is displaying, something like your fruits or vegetables, or if I go to home page, so this complete thing is called as one activity. It means what you can do with this, you can interact with this page. Okay, it means activity is a basic component of Android application where user can interact with the application. Okay, so it means you can click on this button and like you can go to another page, another activity, and you can do some other actions here. Okay, so user can interact with this application, so that is nothing but your activity. It provides the UI for the user where user can interact with the application. Now moving further, I explained one more thing, like I told that I will explain activity lifecycle also. So what do you mean by activity lifecycle? So basically, if you see this application, suppose like I will click on this button. Okay, so this is, it will go to the next page. So this is your activity 2 or page 2. So when you open this page, okay, what all the different methods called in this page? If not, starting from the creation of the page till you destroy the page, so what all the different stages it will undergo. If you take the lifespan of a human, okay, first, okay, you will say birth, child, then youth, adult, then old. So these are the different stages of human life cycle. In the same way, in your page also, the page will undergo different stages. That is, I will explain what all the different stages. Okay, so you can precisely, you can say, starting from the creation of the activity, in activity different methods will get executed. That process of executing different methods, like starting from creation of the activity to till you destroy that activity, so that process is called as activity life cycle. Okay, so you will understand better. I will show the flow here. Okay, now suppose you have launched one activity, something like activity or fruits or activity home page. Now you have launched the activity. So as I said, the first method which will get executed in activity or in a page is your onCreate method. So what will happen in this onCreate method? So inside the onCreate method, as of now we are initializing some UI components and we are defining some actions. But basically, whenever the onCreate method is executed in your application, it means the activity get created. It means activity has been created. So whenever the onCreate method is executed, at that time the activity will be created. Okay, so where it has been created, there should be some space, right? So if I say activity got created, so where it has been created? So for that you have an option called as, I'll show that, it is called as activity stack. So whenever the onCreate method is executed in any activity, then immediately that particular activity will be added to the activity stack. You need not to go with complicated explanations for the activity stack. As of now, remember, it's a place where you can store some activities. If not, where Android system will store the activities. Okay, so now if you consider this is activity A, so then when onCreate is executed, immediately your activity A will get added to your activity stack. It means here is your activity stack. In this it will add activity A. Okay, so now after that you have one more method. Remember, we haven't written any of these methods other than your onCreate method. We have not used any other methods like onStart, onResume or any other methods. Okay, so I will show the flow in the code also. So as of now, just remember, onCreate method is the first method which will get executed, and after that you have second step or second stage of your activity life cycle is onStart method. In the onCreate method, activity will be created and it will be added to the activity stack. Then it will execute the onStart method. So what will happen in onStart method? In onStart method, the components which you have added in your XML file, so those components will get the visibility. It means user can see all the components which you have added in your XML file when Android system executes the onStart method. It means activity has been started. Okay, after that you have onResume method. So what is onResume? So what will happen in onResume? In onResume, or whenever Android executes the onResume method inside the activity, then the user can interact with the application or the page. Remember, in the onCreate method, the activity is created and it is added to the activity stack. Then in the onStart method, the activity gets started. Then in the onResume method, the activity is completely visible to the user and user can interact with the activity or user can interact with the page. It means activity is in the running state. So after executing onResume, activity goes to running state. Means user can do some actions on the activity or the page. Okay, now I will show the example here. Suppose where is our application? It is fruits and vegetables. Here it is. So I will open this application. Now immediately here the first method which has been executed is onCreate. So in the onCreate method, this particular activity is created. Then in the onStart, it is started. Then in the onResume, all the components are completely visible and you can interact with these components. Means you can click on this button or you can click on this button. Okay, it means if you click on this button, you can say it is in the running stage. But look at here, when you click on this button, when you click on this fruits button, it is navigating to your second page. So at this time what will happen? So previously, so when you see this page, it is in the running state, your activity or your page in the running state. It means you can interact with the activity. Now whenever you click on this button, immediately it is navigating to another page. So what will happen to your first page or home page? So for that you have the option here, whenever another activity comes into the foreground. So whenever you are navigating from your home page to second page, at that time your home page will be paused. Means your home page will be paused. Then after that, remember, your second page will be created. Means after pausing your home page, it will go to the second page. So in the second page, if you want to, what will be the first step in the second page? It should be onCreate method. I will explain this here in a better way. Okay, so I'll take the pen now. Okay, here tell me what is the first method which has been called whenever you open the activity. It is onCreate method. Then after onCreate, it will go to onStart method. after on start you have on resume. It means after executing on resume, your activity will be in the running state. Now your first activity, it means your activity A, it is in the running state. Now immediately you click on the button, so you have to navigate to page B. Here is your activity B. So from your running state it has to go to page B. So at that time what will happen? Immediately your Android system will pause your page A. Okay, on pause will be called here on your page A. So after on pause what will happen? It will go to your page B. Now what all the basic steps or what all the basic methods will be executed in page B? The first method should be as usual your on create method. Okay, so in the second, next after on create it has to execute the on start method. After on start, on resume. Now tell me what will happen in the on create. If you consider this is the activity stack. Okay, first if I start from activity A, in the on create method activity A will be created and it will be added to the activity stack. Then on start activity A is started. Then on resume, it means activity A, you can interact with activity A. Activity A is completely visible and user can interact with the activity A. It means it is in the running state after executing your on resume. Then if you want to navigate to activity B now, it means you have clicked on one button so that your application will open the activity B. It means you are moving from activity A to activity B. So what will happen? In the activity B, first on create is called. It means your activity will be created here in the on create method. So it will be added to your activity stack. Now after on create you have on start method. It means your activity B has started. Now after that on resume, it means activity B is completely visible to the user and user can interact with the activity B. Now if activity B is completely visible to the user, then what happened to activity A? Activity A is completely invisible to the user. Whenever on resume is executed in your activity B, it means activity B is completely visible to the user. Then activity A is completely invisible to the user. It means your activity A is stopped. On stop is called here. It is completely stopped. Okay, remember after on resume of your activity B, after on resume only on stop will be called on your activity A. Now this one is stopped. After that your activity B will go to the running state. Okay, now activity B is in a running state. Now I want to come back to activity A once again. So what you will do? You will click on the back button. So at that time what will happen? Your activity, from your activity B to the control will go to activity A. So now immediately whenever if you click on the back button, what will happen? On pause will be called here. Okay, so on pause is called. Now after on pause what will happen? It has to go back to your activity A. Okay, and it has to call the on create method. But in Android, as I said, if you call the on create method once again, what will happen? It will add your activity A to on your activity stack. It will add activity A to activity stack. But already we have activity A in your stack. So why we have to create activity A once again? So for that purpose, instead of calling onCreate method, it will call one more method called as onRestart. It will call one more method called as onRestart method. Okay, so after calling onRestart, it will go to onStart method, then it will go to onResume method. So now if you are calling onResume method, what does it mean? Your activity A is completely visible. It means activity B is completely invisible. So after calling onResume in your activity A, here it calls onStop method. Okay, so now after this you have one more method called as onDestroy. So when it will be called? Whenever you are coming back from your activity B to activity A. Look at your stack. You have added the activity A first. On that you have added activity B. It means you are going from activity A to activity B. Okay, so you have added activity B on activity A. Now whenever you coming back to your activity A once again, okay, so if you are inside the activity A, then how you can say once again you will go to the activity B? Is there any chances or is there any probability that you have to go to activity B? No, you can go to activity C or you can go to activity D. So that's why whenever you are coming back from your activity B, this activity will be removed from the activity stack. It means onDestroy will be called on your activity B. I'll repeat the steps once again. We have opened the activity A. It means onCreate method will be called. It means activity has been created and it is added to the activity stack. Then onStart is called. Activity has started. OnResume, it means activity is completely visible to the user and user can interact with it. Then activity is in the running state. Now suppose if you want to move to another page or activity, immediately onPause will be called on your activity A. It means your page is paused. Then onCreate is called in your page B. Then onStart, then onResume. OnResume means your page B is completely visible. Okay, it means your page A is not visible to the user. So onStop is called here. Then after that your page B is in running state. Now suppose if you want to come back to page A once again, then you click on the back button. Immediately onPause will be called here. Then it will call the onRestart method instead of onCreate method. Then it will go to the onStart, then onResume. OnResume means your activity A is completely visible. It means B is invisible. So it will call the onStop method here. And also it will call onDestroy, because whenever you are adding activities in a activity stack, suppose you have added the activity A first and then you have navigated to activity B, so you have added activity B here. So whenever you are coming back to activity A once again, there is no probability that you have to go to activity B once again. There is a chances of going to other activities also. So why we have to keep the activity B here? So that's why Android system removes the activity B from your activity stack. Okay, so this is how your activity lifecycle will work. But now remember, I will give one example. Okay, see, I have activity A. I have created activity A first. Then I will navigate to activity B from activity A. Then I will navigate to activity C. Okay, then I will navigate to activity D. Now if you click on the back button, so suppose for this, what is the activity stack? We can write the activity stack like this. Okay, first A will be added into your activity stack, then B will be added to your activity stack, then C, then D. It means the flow is like this. Activity A is launched first, then you are moving to activity B, then C, then D. Now if you want to come back, you have to follow this path. You have to come back to C first, then you have to come back to B, then you have to come back to A. So this is the procedure, or this is the structure how Android will work. Now imagine, instead of coming back to C, if you want to come back to B directly. So instead of clicking the back button, now what you will do? So you have to call, or you have to create one more activity called as B. It means you will use the intent to navigate to B instead of clicking on the back button, because if you click on the back button it will come to C. Now imagine you are coming from D to B. In the same way, suppose if you are in the C, now instead of going to D, you have to go to A. So you can't click on back button, because if you click on the back button it will go to the B. So what you have to do? You have to create the intent and you have to navigate to A. So what will happen here? Again it will launch the A. Now here in A, instead of going to B, you have a requirement where you have to go to D actually. So you don't have any path here, direct path. So what you will do? Again you will create one more intent and you will launch the activity. You will launch activity D. Can you see that? Your activity A is repeated twice and B is repeated twice, D is repeated twice. So like this, whenever you have an activities which are having relation, it means suppose you have activity A, B, C, D and you have relation, like you have to navigate between those activities randomly. So at that time what will happen? Your stack, your activity stack will overflow. At certain time it will overflow, because your Android system will give you a chunk of memory for your activities. If you are exceeding that memory limit, then you will get the exception, memory out of exception. Okay, it means your application is exceeding the memory limit. So for this purpose I told you have to minimize your activities. Okay, and one more thing, suppose you have as I told, you have some activities which are interrelated, or where you have to navigate between them randomly. So at that time Android provides one more option to you, that is called as tab and tab layout, or tab and tab activity. Tab and tab activity. So this is the option, or this is the solution to solve this type of problem. Okay, so this is about your activity and activity life cycle. So in the next session I will explain how to solve this problem, and I will explain how to use tab and tab activity in your Android application. Okay, thank you.